my overarching objective is to unify this country. We're going to unite this country. It's time to unite this country. I'll govern as an American president to unite and to heal.
All right, well, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, words are cheap when they aren't backed up by actions, and we haven't seen many actions behind those words yet. But the White House announcing that President Biden will be hosting a unity summit to bring Democrats and Republicans together to, quote, counter the coercive effects of hate-fueled violence on our democracy and public safety. The summit will be held in September. So is Biden trying to make good on his promise? Or is this just in time for the midterms? Well, to discuss, let's bring in our company, Liz Wheeler and David Harris Jr. Liz, David, good to see you. All right. I like to give people second chances all the time. I think it's great. This guy's been calling for unity since he got into office, but I haven't seen it yet. So is this the moment here, Liz, that we all been waiting for? Can we take this seriously?
Of course not. I would love to see the invitation list for this so-called unity summit. If he's bringing Democrats and Republicans together to talk about the threats against our democracy, my guess is he's inviting the likes of Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney, people whose ideology are very similar to him. Listen, it would be great if we had a president who was truly committed to unifying the divided parties in our country, but Biden's actions speak louder than words. It's the Biden administration who's labeled parents as domestic terrorists for the high crime of not wanting their children indoctrinated into critical race theory. He's accused people of essentially being homicidal if they don't take the COVID vaccine that doesn't prevent transmission and doesn't prevent infection. This is the guy who has demonized and vilified people who are hurting right now based on his policies. People are paying more at the gas pump. People are paying more for food. Their paychecks are essentially shrinking because inflation is outpacing the increase in their paychecks. He doesn't want unity. He's just desperate to try to get some win under his belt or to appear to be less divisive than he is ahead of the midterms, because he knows Republicans are going to sweep the House and they're going to sweep the Senate, and it is a referendum on him.
David, what would it take for people to take this seriously?
I don't know what it would take. I mean, I'm old enough to remember not too many months ago when Joe said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. When he made the disparaging comment about Hispanic people being able to think with forethought, unlike the black community, when he was talking about the 7-Eleven owners, how they all had a slur. I'm old enough to remember all the racially insensitive things that this joker has said. So like everything else that this guy is doing that seems to be blowing up in his face, I think he actually is uniting America. Behind this noun I'm wearing on my shirt right here that says Bidenflation, the rising cost of voting stupid. For all the people that actually did vote for him that aren't already in the cemetery with a headstone above them, for all those individuals that were duped by the mainstream media, that didn't, that gave him a pass on all the racial insensitive stuff that he's done, the rest of Americans are united. We're united in that we want this guy out. We need a new person in charge. We need a new commander in chief. We're tired of everything this guy is doing, and this is just his last shot to try to placate the American people to believing that he's doing something that he's not doing.
Well, we have at least 2 more years of this guy, so buckle up, I will say. And you always have the best T-shirts, David. I do want to switch gears here. Students are going back to school this week and in the next few weeks. And a group called Facing History and Ourselves, who partners with more than 100,000 teachers, released a back-to-school lesson plan that actively, get this, it separates students into groups based on gender, culture, and identity. I mean, critics are rightfully calling this the plan of psychological abuse for students. Liz, it's like we're taking a step back here. People want to talk about being progressive. This is not progressive.
No, it's racism, it's discrimination, it's segregation, it's wrong, it's evil, it's indoctrinating children. But this, Lindsay, this is the core of what DEI is. When we hear about these DEI initiatives that have infiltrated our school systems, both at the university level, but also apparently at the K-12 level, it's infiltrated our workplaces, infiltrated corporations. We think of the words diversity, equity, and inclusion as being positive words. People with diverse experiences, diverse thought process, diverse ideals. You know, equity, we think of equality, although that's not what it means. Inclusion, meaning tolerating anybody for living the lifestyle that they choose. That is not what the left means. When the left says diversity, they mean racism. They mean they are going to pick people based on the color of their skin and not the content of their character or the qualifications for a position. When they say equity, they don't mean equality. They mean racial discrimination. They mean they're going to pick and choose winners based on immutable characteristic, which means they will have to discriminate against someone else based on an immutable characteristic like skin color. The same with inclusion. Inclusion doesn't mean tolerance. It means religious persecution. It means if you don't adhere to the ideology of the left, then you will be ostracized from society, from your workplace, from school. This is poisonous stuff. This is DEI. This has infiltrated the teachers' unions. This has infiltrated woke groups are trying to give this to teachers to teach our children, and it's so wrong. Parents should call out DEI and require schools to eliminate DEI the way that parents have done with critical race theory, because it's more of the same poison that's going to significantly harm our innocent children and harm our country too.
It creates a groupthink environment and doesn't expose people to different type of thinking. It makes them, they say you can only learn from someone that looks like you or acts like you. I mean, that's the opposite of the direction we should be moving in. Dave, I mean, look at this one. There's news coming out of UC Berkeley where there's an off-campus co-op that actually banned white people from its common areas. I will say it says the university says this isn't sanctioned by them, but it is college students who have created this. The goal, they say, is to avoid white violence.
It's absolutely insane to me. I mean, I read that article. There was somebody in there that's biracial, like I am. My mother's white. My dad is black. My mom always said I had the best of both worlds. But if you listen to these teachers of today, they would make me vilify one parent and make the other parent out to be some sort of victim. And it's the child. It's the kids that get stuck in the middle. Going back to the elementary schools, I think it's apparent. Two things are apparent. Not enough parents showed up in school board meetings around the country to raise Cain and raise their awareness of what's going on and being 100% against it. All the way up into these college groups. No, it's not the actual college and university that's sponsoring this, but the evil. It is 100%, like Liz said, it is evil. How many times, how much does the enemy have to shove it in our face that we are in a spiritual battle, friends? The battle is not against flesh and blood. Right now, it seems like everything is all about your flesh. It's all about the color of your skin that determines how valuable you are or how much of a victim you are. People need to wake up. Parents need to show up. And I think the fact that I believe the number is around 2 million less kids were registered for this coming school year, that speaks volumes. But parents need to take it to a whole nother level and remove their kids, go back to homeschooling, get grants for private schools, take their kids' education and their innocence back because it's being stolen.
Yeah, we got to get these parents involved more. Liz Wheeler, David Harris Jr., good to see you both.